Hi, I'm Haley. I've been a nutritionist for over 10 years, and I saw firsthand how the diet industry works, but mostly doesn't work to help you lose weight. Then I found myself 20 pounds overweight and realized the weight loss struggle has nothing to do with what you eat, but why you eat. So I went on a mission to explore the brain and its role in weight loss, and now I help my clients lose 30 pounds in 90 days by wiring their brain to weigh less. On this show, you are going to learn how to wire your brain to lose weight so that you never have to diet, restrict, deprive, or willpower again. Hey, it's Haley here. I am super excited to bring you this podcast and the next couple episodes. So full disclosure, I am at home with my baby right now. So you might hear some coos in the background. This is not the most professionally done episode. I apologize for that. I am a little discombobulated, kind of finishing up maternity leave, getting back into working, figuring out childcare. If you're a mom or a parent, I'm sure you've been there. So yeah, my baby is hanging out with me and she's making some noises. So I apologize for any background noise that you might hear in this episode or any upcoming episodes. And I hope you enjoy it. It's so good to be back. We'll see you inside. Hey there, it's Haley here. So on this episode, we're going to talk about 3 ways that you can get started with your weight loss today instead of down the road. I put Monday because doesn't it always start on Monday? But truly, this is something that kind of runs in the back of our minds. If the day doesn't, go perfectly as planned, like we thought it would, I'll start tomorrow or I'll start next week. If the week isn't looking good, well, why, finish strong Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? I might as well just wait until Monday to get started. So that this kind of can unconsciously play out in our brains. I think this has to be, because it's such a common pattern, this has to be something that is just like a natural thing for our brain to say, like, well, it didn't work out today, so just do it later. Just wait another week or another month. We always have a reason why today isn't the day or tomorrow isn't the day. It's next week, it's next year, it's next month. That's what I'm going to focus on. It does not need to wait. It doesn't have to be this big, huge thing that you delay happening. Like, there's small little things that we can do right now today. So that's what these 3 things are really about, giving you a little place to start, a little kicking off point. You can do all of these starting later today, as soon as you finish this episode. So first one is make a plan. So when I say that, a lot of times people are like, what does that mean? What do you mean make a plan? I don't want to plan. I don't know how to plan. Okay. What I mean by this is my example that I always give people when they tell me this. So if you don't plan to go to the gym today, what are the odds that you're going to end up going to the gym? I don't think anyone has ever said, oh no, I'll probably end up at the gym if I don't plan to go to the gym. Like, unless you're maybe like Arnold Schwarzenegger, or a bodybuilder, you're probably not ending up at the gym if you don't plan to go. So why aren't you planning to eat healthy in the same way that you would prepare yourself to go to the gym? Stop telling yourself that there won't be temptation today. It's going to be easier today. My brain won't want to eat chips and cookies on the couch tonight. Tonight's going to be different. It has every other night for the past 3 years, but tonight's going to be different. We tend to tell ourselves these things every day, each day. Today will be easy. Today won't be a problem. I'm going to, work through it today. And then it happens. Our brain's like, okay, it's time for cookies on the couch. Like, this is what we do every night. I'm ready. And we're like, oh my God, that's it. I don't know what to do. This is the worst thing ever. And we're shocked that it's happening. So plan that you know it's coming. I tell all of my clients this, you know that your brain's going to do that tonight. You know it's going to come up with that tonight. It's been doing it. This is like ringing the bell for Pavlov's dogs. Okay, so the bell rings, they start drooling because they know that it means food's coming. Your brain is doing the same thing. It sees the couch. It's 9 p.m. The kids are in bed. And it's like time, this is time. It's mentally drooling for you. And so don't get it into this place of like, it's a conscious thing that you should be beating yourself up over. Like, how dare I want to eat cookies on the couch tonight because I know that I want to lose weight. This is an unconscious thing you're programming in your brain. It knows what's going on. It's it's that dog part of your brain. It's like, we get our reward now. This is amazing. It's okay. Let's do it. Of course that's happening. Your brain is primed for that. So don't tell yourself that tonight it's going to be different and tonight's going to be easier and you're going to make another choice tonight. You're going to face the same exact challenge tonight that you have every other night. So expect that. Don't be surprised by it. When you're surprised by it, things go wrong. You get mad at yourself. You don't listen to what is going on in your brain and find a way to move forward and change through this, which is really what I go through with my clients in my program. Like, let's slow that moment down in time so you can figure out what is happening in your brain when it's telling you, let's eat all the cookies. We don't want to run away from that and be scared of it, which is what I think a lot of other diets teach. It's like, just don't do it, grit your way through it. And so we tend to fear it. We're scared of it. We have no idea what's actually happening. You need to slow that moment down and dive deeper into it. What is your brain telling you? What are the emotions that it's bringing up for you? It's likely causing a lot of excitement and anticipation and the gates are open. Like, it's okay. It's justification. That's one that we talk about a lot in my program. It's totally justified. I've had a really stressful day. It's okay for me to eat all of this. We need to know those things. It's really important to know those things if we're going to change them. We can't just be scared of it or telling ourselves constantly that it's not going to happen. We have to plan for it, plan ahead. So what is the plan going to be? What does that look like? If you're going to eat healthy all week, do you have a plan to go to the grocery store? What are you going to be eating? What is your lunch going to be tomorrow when all of your friends want to go out for burgers and French fries and you have planned to eat a salad? What are you going to do? You need to be thinking about those things. So having a plan and really putting yourself in the shoes of the person of yourself who is the person who would rather eat a cheeseburger and French fries for lunch right now. What does that look like when you're choosing a salad? What does it look like when you're sitting on the couch just enjoying a movie without any snacks? We need to take ourselves there. We need to plan for this and know that our brain is going to be throwing these things out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that anything's wrong. We have to face up to it and be there with it. So I actually made a nice little plan for you. If you want to download it, it's really simple. You can go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly /Haley Sohn plan. So that's my name, HAYLEY, S as in Sam, OHN as in Nancy, plan. And you can download that plan. It goes through a lot of the steps this is the exact plan that my clients use. So it goes through how to plan what you're going to eat for the day, how to make those decisions ahead of time, and then how to foresee what your brain is going to be telling you tonight when it's like, let's eat cookies. Let's eat all the cookies. And you're like, oh my God, we want to think about that ahead of time. So that's really helpful. And that's what the plan does. So go download that. That's bit.ly /Haley Sohn plan to get that download. Okay. The next thing to prevent you starting on Monday is to slow the pendulum. So the pendulum is this big heavy thing on a string. And when we pull it all the way up to one side, it's going to swing equal and opposite to the other side. And this is my analogy for where most of us are with our food intake on any given day. We are on one end of that pendulum. And what happens with this is we overeat and then we tell ourselves we got to undo it, we got to fix it. And so we try to go on this crazy crash diet. Today, I'm only going to have protein shakes, or I'm not going to eat at all, or I'm only going to have XYZ, or I'm going to cut out dairy forever. Whatever the thing is, we try to undo our, air quotes, bad eating by like completely underdoing it. And that pendulum is just literally swinging from one extreme to the next. And we never find a center point where it's calm and still and not moving. We're always on one end of it. And it's never fun. This is like the typical, this can be day to day. And it's also, we see this throughout the week. So we'll spend maybe our whole week trying to get back on track. And then Friday, it's like, I've spent all my entire week on track. I've got to, go crazy. It's time. Or maybe we don't even say that. Maybe it's just like, there's a party tonight and there's going to be a lot of food there. And then tomorrow I don't have anything planned. So we're just going to, be snacking all day, or there's whatever the thing is for you. Weekends tend to be overdoing it. And Monday, we're like beating ourselves up. We feel terrible, literally, physically, emotionally, mentally, we feel terrible. And so we're trying to fix that all week, and we get right back into it. Or we're trying to fix it in the morning, and then at night, it's like we're, eating all the things on the couch. So we want to really get that pendulum centered, where there is no swinging on either side. Like there's no overdoing it, and there's no trying to fix overdoing it. We are mentally, emotionally, physically centered. Our diet is just centered. I hate this word balance because it's so like undescriptive and overused, but we are just balanced. We are eating foods that feel good for us, and we're also eating foods that we just like to eat, even though we know they don't feel like physically good for us. But we're doing that in a way that it's a choice and it's not something that's happening to us. And I think you'll probably fully understand what that is if that's happened to you. So you're choosing to have these indulgent foods and you're fully enjoying them. You're not just like, oh my God, why did I eat all of that? I feel terrible now. That is centered. That is the pendulum being just slowed down and not moving, not swinging drastically. So that is really important to get ourselves to that place. That is the place where the scale is just moving down, where you're not thinking about food all the time, where you feel physically light and energized. You feel like you want to feel. You feel good in your body, and you feel good about the food choices that you're making on both sides, on the side that makes you feel good and on the side that is an indulgence just for the sake of indulging. That's where we want to be. And in order to get there, you have to stop with the overdoing it and the underdoing it. The planning will help with that. A big part of the reason why that pendulum is swinging is because your brain is going to this place of, let's eat all the things because it's primed for that. You aren't, or you don't know how to anticipate that and manage it in the moment. And so it's getting away from you. And then after it's done, you're beating yourself up. You're telling yourself that there's something wrong with you. And you're telling yourself you have to fix it now with your diet. So you kind of like swing on the other side. So the plan will actually really help with that. It helps to bring that pendulum to center. But yeah, we cannot stay in this state of overdoing it and underdoing it, or else we're always going to be starting over on Monday. Okay. This is one of my favorite ones, and it's kind of what we just touched on. But if you love cookies, plan to eat the cookies. Part of planning isn't just planning to be perfect all of the time. That is not the goal of this. The goal is to find a place where we eat foods that feel good and where we enjoy foods that we like. And when I say eat foods that feel good, I also mean those should be foods that you like foods that feel physically good for you that you also like. I'm not going to tell you to eat salad if you don't like salad. Eat something that feels good for you that you also enjoy eating. But we're also going to the place of cookies, where I don't think there's one person who would be like, yeah, I had a cookie and I felt amazing. It's probably like, maybe we don't feel absolutely awful, but it doesn't feel the best. So, but that doesn't mean we're not going to eat it. We're going to eat cookies because we like to eat cookies, and because cookies are always going to be in your life. You are never going to be moving to the desert and living on your own so that you can get away from cookies and not ever be exposed to cookies. The thing about all of what I teach isn't to never eat these foods again. It's to learn how to manage your mind around these foods, because you're always going to be exposed to them. They're never going away. You're never going to be able to get away from them. So you have to be able to know how to manage your brain around them. And that's really the best tool, because then it means you're fully in control all the time from a place of like letting go. I don't mean control as in like willpower and you're like hanging on tight to this. It's like, I'm free to go to a party and be in front of a buffet of all the most delectable foods I can imagine and not really feel compelled to eat any of them. I get to decide what I'm going to eat, and I get to consciously make that choice. That's where I want you. That's the level of control I want you to experience. And it is possible. My clients get there all the time. I am there. This is possible for you. So part of getting there is planning these things. It's not planning to be perfect. It's planning to eat cookies. That's how we get our brain out of. So this is a question that comes up. I don't understand, like, what is the difference between planning to eat cookies and like just overly wanting to eat them, on the couch at night. This is the difference. These are two different parts of our brain. Overly wanting, that Pavlovian response to cookies, just wanting to eat cookies on the couch every night, is coming from a different part of your brain than planning to eat cookies. Those are two completely different parts of your brain. And when we separate those, we utilize the higher function of the human brain, which is your prefrontal cortex. This is the part of you that wants to lose weight, that can look into the future, make a plan, set a goal. We're going to utilize that part of your brain to desire to eat cookies, and not this part of your brain that is dopamine seeking, fear based, and pain and pleasure based, like fear and pleasure based. Like, we are going to move this into the higher part of your brain and get that Pavlovian part of your brain to just quiet down. We can train it that it's not in control. You've probably heard my toddler with a candy bar analogy, but that's where we want to get it. We're just teaching that toddler that it can throw a fit, but it's not going to get what it wants. And once it throws a couple of fits and gets no return on that investment, it stops. We do the same thing with our brain. So we're just going to plan to eat those cookies. We're going to use that higher part of our brain to plan to have the cookies. And then we get to fully enjoy them, because it's not like we're eating these cookies, we're binging on these cookies behind our own back. We're making this choice, and then we're sitting down and we're like, these cookies are freaking awesome. I enjoyed it. I had, 1.5, and I'm done actually now. I'm completely satisfied with that amount of cookies. I don't need to eat the entire box. So those are my 3 things to do today so that you don't have to start over on Monday. We're going to plan ahead. If you don't plan to go to the gym, you're not ending up at the gym. So you really need to make a plan to eat healthy. That is extremely important. You have to slow that pendulum. You've got to stop beating yourself up for whatever you ate yesterday and really just find this center place and plan to eat the things that you enjoy as well. This isn't about perfectionism. This is about living your life, truly. Okay. So thank you for listening today. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Thank you for listening today. If you want to get that freebie, that plan that I talked about just a second ago, you can get that at bit.ly /Haley Sohn plan. That's my name. And I will put it in the show notes as well. But all right, guys, it's been great. I'll see you on the next episode. Bye. If you love this episode, come work with me. You can check out my program, the Brain Training Weight Loss Program, at bit.ly, that's bit.ly /Haley Sohn, my full name, HAYLEY SOHN, and I will see you inside.